Hello. In this video, we will be demonstrating Roanoke County's OneView GIS application. First, open your Google Chrome internet browser, type in roanokecountyva.gov, and navigate to the Departments pane. Go down to GIS Maps and Apps. You'll see a list of all of Roanoke County's GIS applications. At the bottom of this list, you'll see a link to our OneView application. You may also type in the URL oneview.roanokecountyva.gov. Please read this disclaimer before continuing onto the app. You may open a written help document here. OneView provides the public with local government property and assessment information, planning and zoning data, environment, utility, and government services information. This is the user interface of the OneView application. We'll go over the user interface briefly and then go over each tool in more detail later on in the tutorial. On the left side of the screen, we have the plus and minus buttons for zooming in and out. Beneath it, we have the home icon, which zooms you to the full extent of the map. Next, we have the locator icon, which takes you to your current location on the map. This is convenient if you're using the application from a mobile device. You may use your right-click button on your mouse to rotate the map frame, and then click the north arrow icon on the left side of the screen to reset the orientation of the map so that north is facing up. At the right side of the screen, the Layers button is on the top. This allows you to toggle on and off any of the layers. As a side note, the aerial imagery layers listed here are for the use of the swipe tool. Next, we have the Basemap icon, which allows you to select the background image of the map. We have historical aerial imagery available, as well as more simplistic base maps for you to choose from. This is the Measure tool, which allows you to measure a linear distance or area. This is the Bookmarks tool, which allows you to save an important area and zoom extent for you to use in the future. Below the Bookmarks tool, we can find the Drawing tool. We can draw a variety of graphics on the map, including points, lines, and polygons. This is the Printing tool, which creates a PDF for you to print locally. This is the Coordinates tool, which will give you the latitude and longitude of any point in the county. Next, we have the Swipe tool, which allows you to swipe between two different aerial imagery layers to compare the two. Lastly, we have the Directions tool, which gives you driving or walking directions. On the bottom of the screen, we have a variety of selection tools. We may select features by rectangle, circle, lasso, line, or point. The button on the far right will clear your selected features. At the top of the screen, there's a sharing icon. This allows you to copy a shareable link to your clipboard, create a QR code, an email with a hyperlink, or to share your map to Facebook or Twitter. As a side note, when you're sharing to social media sites, you'll be asked to sign into your respective account. You may select the information icon here to access the written help document. The search box is located at the top right of the screen, and to find a location, you must enter an owner name, address, or parcel number in the search box, and then select from the results. As an example, we'll type in 5204 Bernard Drive and select the drop-down result, which zooms us to the parcel. We can copy the address to our clipboard by clicking on the copy icon or click the X to clear the search box. If we click the search box again, we can see that it has saved our most recent search and will save up to 5 previous inquiries. A second way to find an area of interest is to zoom into an area of the county by using the scroll wheel on your mouse or clicking the plus and minus button on the left side of the screen and then panning. You may select multiple features with the tools at the bottom of the screen. Keep in mind you can only select point features with the rectangle, circle, or lasso tool. The Select by Point tool will select a singular polygon feature. The last icon in the toolbar clears your selection so that you can start over. I'll make a selection by rectangle. The carousel populates with the data that corresponds to the selected features. If we click the caret in the Parcel Report tab, we can scroll through the data that's attributed to each selected parcel. You can download the selected data in each carousel item by clicking the CSV icon in each tab. If you open the downloaded CSV document in Excel, you can see the selected features data in a tabular format. The last selection tool is Select by Point, which will select only the feature that you click on. Now we'll select the home icon on the left side of the screen to zoom to the extent. Let's go over the tools on the right side of the screen in more detail. Click on the layers icon on the right side of the screen. You can toggle on and off any of these layers to view them on the map. Remember that any selection of points will need to be made by a rectangle, circle, or polygon. Each set of layers are grouped in the layer list. Some of the layer groups contain subgroups that you may expand and collapse. The first layer group is for real estate data, including recent commercial and residential sales for the past 6 months and vacant land sales for the past 12 months. Crime incidents includes crimes for the past 30 days, and a generalized area will be given for each crime type. Schools and school districts. Planning and zoning layers, which contain historic resources, overlay districts, land use, and other planning boundary subgroups. Government, which include all administrative offices, libraries, parks, postal service locations, public safety facilities, trash collection, and election layers. Environment contains topographic contours, flood data, soils, land cover, and lithology. Transportation, which contains VDOT traffic volume average daily counts. Utilities, which contain streetlights and stormwater data. Water and sewer data, which contain public water and sewer lines provided by Western Virginia Water Authority. And finally, historic aerial imagery between the years of 2006 and 2022. You'll use these aerial imagery layers when you're selecting the swipe tool. If you are interested in changing the base map, you can use the icon that's just below the layers icon here. In the layers dialog box, you can select the legend tab to see the symbology of each layer, which is toggled on. Now let's look at the available base maps. The base map is the image we see behind the visible layers, and it typically includes road names, parcel lines, jurisdictional boundaries, labels for address points, etc. Click on the base maps icon on the right side of the screen. There are several years of aerial imagery to choose from, including color infrared options. If it says hybrid, it means that the road names, parcel lines, etc. are already incorporated into the base map image. If it says imagery, it means that it's the aerial image only, and it doesn't include those prominent features like the road names, addresses, labels, etc. We also have simple roads and tax map base maps available if you are not interested in viewing an aerial image. Now let's move on to the measure tool. Click on the ruler icon to open it. We'll click on the left icon, which will allow us to measure a linear distance. We'll begin our measurement by clicking once on the map and once for each vertex. The length of the segment appears on the graphic. Now we'll double click to end. We can change our unit of measurement here. When we click on another tool, the measurement graphic disappears. The right icon allows you to calculate the size of an area. We'll begin the measurement by clicking once on the map and once for each vertex. The size of the area appears in the measure dialog box and on the graphic. And now we'll double click to end. We can change our unit of measurement here. When we click the X, the graphic and the area size calculation will disappear. Now let's click on the bookmarks icon. Bookmarks allow you to return quickly to a specific area the next time you use the OneView application. We can see that there's already a bookmark created for the Vinton area. Now let's pan and zoom over to the County Administration Center's location. We'll click the plus button to add a specific location to the bookmarks. We'll name this location Administration Building. To make sure it's saved, we'll click the Home button to zoom to the county's extent, and then the Administration Building bookmark that we just created. Now let's click on the drawing tool. We can create points on our map by clicking the icon that looks like a push pin. We can select from a variety of symbol classes in the Source drop-down menu. Select a symbol and adjust the size of the symbol here. We can see a preview of the symbol style and size. If we toggle Show Location Measurement on, we have more options. We can include a latitude and longitude label in decimal degrees or in degrees, minutes, and seconds. If you want to duplicate or erase a point, you can select any of the points by using the Select by Rectangle or Lasso tool in the Draw Tool dialog box here. Use this button to duplicate the selected point and move it to another location. We can erase all of the graphics by clicking the Clear All button here on the end. The same principle applies to the line, polygon, rectangle, or circle tools. Let's create a line. You will select a symbol and line width you'd like to use for the line. If you want to see the length measurement on the map, you can toggle the Show Length Measurement on and select a unit of measurement. We'll click the map once to start the line and then double click to end it. To select a line, you'll need to use the Select by Rectangle or Lasso again. We can duplicate the line by clicking the Duplicate button and moving the duplicated line to another location on the map, or we can delete the selected graphic by selecting Delete Feature. We can erase all the graphics by clicking Clear All again. And now let's create a polygon. You will select a symbol and outline width you'd like to use for your polygon. If you'd like to see the area or perimeter measurement on the map, you can toggle them on here and select a unit of measurement. We'll click the map once to start the polygon and then double click to end it. To select a polygon, you can use any of the selection tools in the Draw dialog box. We can duplicate it by clicking the Duplicate button and moving that duplicated polygon to another location on the map. Or we can delete the selected graphic by selecting Delete Feature. We can erase all the graphics by clicking Clear All again. The exact same options are available for the rectangle and circle options. One thing to keep in mind is that if there are multiple graphics with labels in a small area, some of the labels may not display properly. You can print your map to PDF with the graphics that you've just drawn. So let's explore the printing capabilities. Click on the printer icon on the right side of the screen. It opens the print dialog box. You can enter your map title here and select a printing template and orientation. Letter or ANSI A creates an 8.5 by 11-inch PDF, and Tabloid or ANSI B creates an 11-inch by 17-inch PDF. Map only will print the map without a template. Now let's explore the advanced printing options. You can select to print the current map extent, the current map scale, or you can specify a scale. For example, if you enter 1200, it produces a map at 1 inch equals 100 foot scale, and entering at 2400 will produce a map at 1 inch equals 200 foot scale. You may enter the map author's name here. A copyright disclaimer may be added to the PDF map result, as well as a map legend and a north arrow. The scale bar unit of measurement may be adjusted here. The image resolution of the PDF map may be adjusted here. If you want a higher resolution image, you can set your DPI to 300. Select Include Attributes to show the layers table in the PDF map. Select Preview Print Extents to display a bounding box on the map display, showing the area to be included in the PDF map. Now we'll select Print and click at the top of the dialog box, Print Result. When it has finished creating the PDF, you can click on the map title to open it. The Coordinates tool is just below the print icon. Let's click on the Coordinates icon. You move your cursor over the map to obtain the specific latitude and longitude coordinates. The Swipe tool allows you to compare two aerial imagery layers side by side by swiping one layer away to see the other. To use this functionality, you must first toggle two aerial imagery layers in the layer list on. In this example, we'll compare 2022 imagery and 2021 imagery. Select the Layers tool. Toggle the visibility of 2022 imagery and 2021 imagery on. Now we'll close the Layers dialog box and open the Swipe tool settings. We'll toggle the Swipe tool on. We will turn one aerial on for leading layers and the other layer on for trailing layers. If you have both aerial images turned on in the leading and trailing layers list, you won't be able to compare them. Under leading layers, click 2021 imagery off. And under trailing layers, click 2022 imagery off. Now you may click on the icon in the middle of the screen and move it left and right to compare one set of imagery against the other. Now let's try the Directions tool. You may enter the address of your starting point and destination. Your destination doesn't need to be located in Roanoke County. Once you enter in a starting and destination address, the directions generate at the bottom of the dialog box. Driving, trucking, walking, or rural driving time prioritizes time over distance so that your route is the shortest duration possible. And driving, trucking, walking, or rural driving distance prioritizes distance over time so that your route is the shortest length possible. You may choose the best route for the current time by clicking Leave Now or select a time in the future. If you have any questions about OneView or any Roanoke County GIS application, please give us a call at 540-772-2086 or email us at gishelp@roanokecountyva.gov. Thanks for watching.